Gordon, of course, was born in 1892. When he came to the Ligon, he went to school in Chipping Camden. He and his brother used to walk over to Camden every week. He always went on to say that many of his teachers, the revered teachers, were the people he encountered on the way, the thatchers, the woodworkers, the stonemasons. These people all had a great influence on him, but of course his father did. Well, the remarkable thing about Gordon's father is that we can't really trace any sort of background associated with design, particular interest in architecture. He was a very keen photographer, and he was also very keen, as I said, on calligraphy. And he knew about Ashby over in Camden, and he knew about the Barnsleys. And I think really it all stemmed from just an informed interest in things around him and a feeling for quality. It's almost innate in the man.
My last visit to Kingcombe was extremely dramatic. It was a very sunny morning. I'd set out in my car from where I live in London rather early to be there. By previous arrangement, I was expected at about 9 o'clock in the morning. When I got there, I parked the car, the drive was empty, and I saw Lady Russell on her own wandering around the garden with her hands clasped in front of her. And I went up to greet her and said I'd arrived, and she said, "Well, I'm afraid that Gordon died just a few minutes ago, and the nurse has gone off to alert the authorities and the doctor. I'm just here by myself, and Gordon's lying upstairs." This was in spite of the fact that I knew Gordon to be ailing and to have no great long-term future, thanks to his illness. Nevertheless, I was thunderstruck. And so we walked together arm in arm through the garden for a few minutes. And finally she said, I think under these circumstances, if Gordon were here, he would recommend that we both go inside and open a bottle of wine together. And that's what we did. We went into the house and a bottle of claret was opened, and we consoled ourselves until the ambulance arrived.
I think he lives on in those people who knew him and loved him, and people have very affectionate memories of him. He loved good food and good wine. He was extremely generous, and I think he hated meanness of any kind. Another thing that he taught me and my mother, by the way, he could have done none of this without my mother, who always supported him, was that it was open house at Kingcombe. After I was married, if we'd come over, there were perhaps 15 Scandinavian designers on the lawn having a glass of wine and so on. And it's had a big influence on me because I'm always attracted to cosmopolitan people and to other cultures. And he was not a small man in any sense of the word.